In a separate video lesson, we went over how to create a graph using animations and hotspots. If you've yet to review that lesson, you may want to do so before diving into this one. This time around, we're going to create an interactive chart using object states. While it's perfectly acceptable to apply interactions to hotspots, applying states to objects or groups of objects is just another way to create engaging content, and it can save you time by eliminating a few steps. We've started by drawing out a small square shape for our first bar with a black and purple gradient. Now, with the square shape selected, click the plus sign next to states to set this as our default state. We'll add a standard transition to ensure the state change is smooth. Now click the drop-down and select Add New State. With State 1 highlighted, we'll add a standard transition and change the size of our square to represent the data for the year 2022. Now let's repeat that process for State 2. We'll resize the square shape for State 2 to represent that data for the year 2021. To create 3 more bars, copy and paste the square shape 3 times and align and distribute them equally. You can then select each bar individually and edit the height of the bar for State 1 and State 2 to represent varied data. Feel free to get creative here and customize the states for each bar however you like. Once you're finished customizing your bars, make sure to select each of the 4 bars, group them together, and in your Design tab, check off Use Group as Trigger. This will enable us to change the states of each bar by targeting the group. Now that we've customized the various states for each bar in our graph, we need to create our 2021 and 2022 buttons that will trigger the changes in our graph. We can start by adding a small square shape on the canvas with a text box that says 2022 above it. We'll go ahead and add a new state to the text box, just like we added new states in the previous step. We'll want to make sure we add a transition. And for the new state, we're going to change the color of the text box to white. Once we're done adding our new state to the text box, we can add a new state for the square shape as well. This time we're going to change the fill color from green to purple, and we'll transform the square shape into a circle by changing the dimensions to 80 by 80 and rounding the corners by 80 pixels. Now we can group the text box and square shape together, and we'll label this group in the Layers panel as 2022 button. Make sure to check the box that says Use Group as Trigger. From here, we can make a copy of this button and change the text to say 2021. We now have all of our states set up, and in the next video, we'll walk through how to add the interactions to trigger these object states to change.